Cottman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Kenny Cottman.
Lewis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Yo, what's really good, my people?
What's going on, man?
And Lewis is going to fucking commit right now.
It's 420.
So we are doing the
it's not
episode
yet.
of 420.
Yeah, damn, there was no how you doing. You guys like, fuck it, we're talking 420 right now. That's
Yeah.
great. So this is Tom's specialty.
Yeah. So
He's
what
excited.
is 420, right? So 420 is become like a cultural thing. It's the weed holiday. Everybody, smokes up on 420. It's supposed to be everybody's supposed to be stoned all day. You know, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So like the people say the term 420, and actually it's a myth. There was it was police talk for like marijuana consumption, when actually the story goes like really far back to like 1971, and it was like these 5 high school kids. And they would hang out in front of this statue, which was like called the Lewis statue, but it was like next to a wall. Lewis. So like they called these kids the Waldos or whatever. And they used to say like, they would say 420 Lewis, like that's because they were meeting for the statue, and it just shortened down to 420. And what happens is the High Times which is a magazine, it's like a cannabis magazine. Yeah. It's a very weed magazine. In like 1991, they published an article saying about 420, and that's where it was misappropriated with saying the police code, which is not. And they actually had to republish an article like in 1998 explaining the whole story about those kids that came up with that term. So that's actually where it's from. It's a really weird story.
It always has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, listen.
Right?
That's
all that matters.
Yeah, you would have thought it was like, oh, that's a good, oh, wow. So all the myths are gone now. DED, dead.
Yeah. Well, actually, you got a good
But
story
look what it
about
turned
that.
into, though. Look, right?
Yeah.
Everybody follows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there was another myth about 420, and it's funny because Keny knows about it. Is there was like this myth, like they would say, oh, in Washington Square Park, cops were going to drop all their confiscated marijuana, and you can smoke it in the park, but you can't leave.
Yeah,
like it was. But there was, but Keny came up with. There was a story about cops throwing.
There was a helicopter. They said that a helicopter was going to fly over in honor of 420 and drop little bags, like probably like nickel bags, $5 bags for those who don't know nickel, but $5 bags out of a helicopter at Waverly Park in Manhattan, in the Village.
Okay, see, Waverly Park. It wasn't even Washington Square.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Washington. I mean, they were going to probably end up going to different places, but I heard about Waverly because I was at Waverly.
Oh,
like, oh, okay, yeah. But again, well, not again, I won't say, but it's that crazy holiday that now everybody's going to be able to celebrate legally.
Well, not everybody.
Yeah. Who can't?
Well, not all the states yet. That's the thing.
Everybody.
It hasn't gotten legal.
No, right. So if everybody that smokes in those states that you can't, they will be able to celebrate legally because they'll be in the state that you can.
Right.
That's true.
I'm just saying. So, yeah. I'm just saying. Think about it.
Yeah.
Where we going?
No, it's good. The ones that can are awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's like, you can pretty much celebrate it legally in most places, which is kind of crazy, right?
Right.
And, like the dispensaries now have all like specials. It's like 420 special, get your, so-and-so. And they like entice people to celebrate 420, get your supplies here. Yeah. So it's become like a really like a cultural thing, holiday. And it's gonna be like, it's funny because like.
And then you get stupid blinded.
Yeah, because like how many drinking holidays are there? Like there's a ton of them.
Yeah,
like
there's a bunch
fucking
of them. Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo.
Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. There's always a drinking holiday. But like there's no weed holiday, so it's gonna kind of be
there is now.
That
it is
like legal is gonna be like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's gonna be the Black Friday for marijuana. Yeah. I'm just saying because that's gonna go out there and go your good stuff.
Yeah,
discounts like Tom said.
Yeah. Hanging out, just chilling.
Just chilling.
That's it.
That is too funny, man. That is too funny. So now, what are you gonna do for 420? You gonna go any place?
Me?
So it sounds funny. Like, so my God. So are you going? Like, are you gonna go
every
to?
day's 420, man. No,
Yeah, no shit.
no, but no. Seriously though, I don't. You know, I'm actually. I have plans for that day. So actually, I got to help out. You know, stuff with my in-laws. So I'm actually not even gonna be like celebrating it in any way.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
I'll smoke.
That
one
is too
somewhere,
funny.
Sneak off.
That is funny.
No.
So now I got a question though.
Yeah.
So now, where were you on the first 420 that you know, that you remember, or that you knew what it was about?
I was in like high school when I knew about 420, but like I didn't. I think the first time I celebrated was like after high school, and like me and my friends, we got stoned the entire day. That's what we did. We'd just be like, we're gonna keep it going the entire day, and then for like 2 or 3 hours, we
I was
lit up a joint. It was crazy. We were
did
like,
that.
just keep that going for 24 hours.
Whoa, yeah, that's a lot.
Starting at 4:20 a.m. like the night before.
We never celebrated 420. We just got high.
Yeah, that was just like
That
one
was
of
it.
those.
We didn't have that yet. At least not know about it anyway. At that point, later on, we did.
Yeah.
See,
and
that's
that's
funny.
the thing too. And like some stoners, like people who are like into the weed culture, they're like at 420 they smoke up
Right, yeah.
every day, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, no. I didn't smoke weed like that when I was in
Neither did I.
that teenager, so that then I didn't pay it any attention. It wasn't until later, super late, like 18 maybe, a little bit later, around there, that I did it for the first time. So, you know, just
Whatever, it
the
don't
people
matter.
that I hung out with, it was crazy, man. Just the different people.
It's funny. I mean, I remember in high school I had friends that were like stoners, like
Right.
real stoners, like every fucking morning homeroom they'd be showing up
On
to
campus
homeroom
before I went into
squinty-eyed.
class.
They'd be like, they'd all squinty eyed.
Yeah.
Like totally.
Yeah, it's crazy because to think the culture, we're calling it a culture now.
Yeah.
You know, before you was just like, you're the bad guy, you're going to hell, and you know, you're going to jail, and it's going to lead to other drugs and this.
Dude, I remember when you used to have to separate the seeds on an album cover
Now they don't even want to give you
to
the
get it
seeds.
out of there.
Yeah.
Seeds are afraid you're going to grow it on your own.
Yeah, exactly. Not come
Exactly.
back. Yeah, no, and the different kinds of weed, the different things that, you know, that so the different strains that have been out since, you know,
My
we were
God,
kids
so
or whatever.
many now, it's
right.
ridiculous.
But and the comparison, you know, all those people that were growing marijuana in their backyard are now official botanists. You know, in all honesty, you know what I mean.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just the whole idea, man. So 420 should be like, you know, I'll say it, a national holiday.
National holiday.
I think it is, isn't it?
No, not a national, not like that, not like
official?
shut down.
Not
No.
official.
When you know, becomes legal federally or nationally.
Yeah,
that's
It's
gonna
all
be a
state
while.
by state. You know?
yeah, but I'm talking about like official, you know, like
yeah.
It'll
That'd
be a
be
while
funny.
before that happens.
Can you imagine that?
I do imagine that. You know, everything that shuts down, the government closes down for 420.
Just a big cloud.
Well, that will never
over
happen.
the United States.
We'll just tell them we're closing down.
Yeah,
Plume.
yeah, that would be funny as hell, man. That is
No
too much.
fly zones because everybody gets stoned.
Yeah, just flying in circles and shit. Yeah,
No planes will be leaving today.
none at all.
great.
That is too freaking funny, man. And now, so you, like I said, you're the connoisseur, Tom. Do you? Oh, you want to be the guy to mix it up? So now, at the dispensaries, and I forgot to ask you this before, both you guys, do they serve? What do you get if not at the dispensaries? The oil and stuff, or like to mix with the butter so you can cook with it.
I don't know anything
cook.
about that.
No, I don't know.
No way.
No, I mean,
We'll have to go to a certain dispensary for that, I think.
Well, actually, you could do it yourself with any
Right.
flower. Like when you buy the buds, you have to buy a decarboxylizer or something like that. It's a really long word, but it what it does is it semi cooks it to a temperature where it doesn't cook off the THC,
Right.
but it brings the THC out of the flower. And then you just cook it in something like a fat substance,
yeah.
and it'll it basically brings all the THC to
It's
the
making
surface.
it worse than it was to begin with.
So
Yeah, well, you
but you
can.
have to do it for that for cooking.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise, like
That
you
would
end up
destroy
wasting
you.
a lot of it. Yeah.
Right. And then because there was a show that I had seen a handful of years ago, and they would do it was a cooking show.
Yeah.
With, they would use.
Yeah.
I mean, they would open up their pantry and they had like all kind of things. I mean, medicinal and whatnot. So this much THC, this has none.
Sure.
This is this, and they would have all these things, and they would serve it through the make a probably like a 5-course dinner. Mm-hmm. Amazing, because they said the things that this is for and how they made them work together. The different strains and the different stuff, the foods and such, the seasonings. I was like, what? I'm surprised now that they don't advertise them. But in the legal states, restaurants that cook with marijuana, weed or whatever,
they don't have that here, though.
Well, not legally, but I will say I went to we had a get together, some friends of ours, and someone brought Rasta pasta, and it said the restaurant I got from it said in parentheses medicated, like
hello,
and they cooked it with weed oil and.
Oh boy,
it was bad news because the guy who brought it, he like never smokes. He never, and he brought this. He had like 3 or 4 bowls of it. He like passed out. Like he couldn't move. Like he was like, you know what I mean? He like it's edibles are really, you got to be careful with edibles, especially like food, because like you don't know how much is in there, and like you can get really fucking stoned, like to the point where like
you can't take it back.
You're incapacitated. You're gonna go for a nap for a while,
right?
Yeah. And that's the thing, you can't really overdose on
99
on marijuana, but like you're gonna be going to sleep for a long time. You're gonna be going to sleep for a few hours. If you take too much, but yeah, that's what happened to him. It was, and I only had like a bowl of it, and I was like,
pretty stoned. A lot.
I was pretty stoned for like like those disposable bowls.
Right.
And he had like 4 of them, and I was like
4 of them.
Yeah, and I took some home, and I had some I had 2 bowls the next day, and I was just like, I had the next day I had 2 bowls, and I was just like, dude. That was probably the most stoned I've ever been. So that's why I don't tend to fuck with edibles. It's just because you don't know.
You can't,
like unless it's like a gummy that says like 5 milligrams, then but like I don't. When people are like I made something, I don't even want it.
You have to give it one thing.
People's like I made brownies. Good, have them. I don't want them.
Yeah,
they're too because I know
I'm good.
No,
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and even now the dispensaries. Well, you've been telling me, telling us, you've been both telling everybody that that the dispensaries now have people who know about the different strains and what they do. Like you said, with the different, just everything that the marijuana can do.
You go in there and they have a certain, if they sell whatever their product is, they'll explain it to you, and they'll tell you what it does, what it leans towards, and whether it's sativa or indica or a hybrid of some sort.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And back in the day, you didn't know that.
No, you were getting it and you were confident.
And they might tell you some name and you're like, okay, I don't even know what this is.
It was Buddha, Thai.
Yeah, right.
Then it was Sentamil.
Right.
That was big.
When
skunk weed came out. Skunk weed.
I remember like being a kid, like the first time I ever smoked up, like the girl said it was hydro. That's what we all know, which doesn't mean anything.
Hydros.
It's just how it was grown.
I remember hydros. What was after hydros though? I always can't remember that
was
one.
Very popular
because there was one right after that.
Lamb's bread.
No, I don't remember that one.
I don't. Wow.
Yeah,
that's one I don't even know.
Yeah, that's how good it was. We can't remember what the fuck it was.
That was a popular strain. And I said that's like one of the. Someone told me years ago. This is like in the late '90s. That was like this is like the best weed you can get.
Right.
I've never seen it at the dispensary, so I don't know if it's like.
Right.
I've seen it like one time.
Yeah. See, so and it was probably because the name was copyrighted.
Yeah,
they couldn't use it again.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. No, I don't know, but like. I don't know. Like it's funny when you hear stories from people and you're like, and then it not be like what it is,
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I mean, think of how many. Think about the people that you've ever heard selling weed. Like I remember there was a place when I was clubbing in the city, and they used to roll the joints or the blunts. And then sell them already made for $5 more kind of thing, So
that's what they do now.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Now it's legal.
You go to the dispensaries.
Yeah,
pre-rolls.
Yeah, the pre-rolls. Listen, they
were like the Lucy's of cigarettes.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I like the idea though. So many years people have been trying to prove that there were medicinal benefits to smoking, marijuana, smoking a nice fatty. It's kind of cool that this is actually helping people. I know we do that. I know last episode we did that. Helping people and such. I don't want to get that a habit. They think I'm nice, but seriously, it's now people are going to make money off of helping out again. All the stuff with the
the state's going to make a lot of money. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's true. But no, it's true.
That's the whole point of it.
There's so many. There's like a lot of medicinal uses. It's crazy.
Yeah, it absolutely
that's
is.
the thing that's mind blowing. I mean,
what they're figuring out with it is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of it is based on like the terpenes. I know we've talked about this in a previous episode, but like, all the terpenes and stuff that are in there, depending on what it has, is what medicinal use it's going to have, and it's true. They do work. Like
they do. Listen,
I've experienced.
Listen, we had, I
actually got the medical card because I have anxiety issues. Mm-hmm. So I was able to get the medical card for it. So and it helps.
And it helps. It works.
Anxiety. Yep. It really helps.
Yeah.
So
right. Oh yeah, and it said people they had kids helping them with seizures. I saw a documentary, History Channel, many moons ago, and they were talking about people with cancer, seizures. That it helps them out, give them the right mix of whatever that the benefits that they need.
Look, my dog is living proof.
Yes,
because of Lola hemp.
Yes, Lola hemp. That's right.
Yeah. And Jeter is told night and day from what he was, and he's right at the spot. I said he just needed to come down a level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He came down with that one level, just made it good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it works. He takes it without any problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It works with his body. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So, living proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the funny thing? Not to change the subject, but like cannabis, the plant, right? Or the buds. Have you ever seen hops? Like for beer.
Yes,
they smell like, and they're apparently. I found out they were in the same like family or whatever. A plant like marijuana and hops, which is kind of funny. Sometimes you'll get like weed and you'll smell it and be like, this smells like an IPA.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird. Like, like it smells like an IPA. But yeah.
Could you smoke hops?
I don't know.
Never heard of that before.
No.
Me either.
No. I mean, like, I don't even.
I mean, you can smoke anything and we'll do it.
Yeah.
If it's the same kind of herb. Well, you said it's the same kind of herb or in that family.
Yeah. Maybe they have some terpenes and, you can get but you wouldn't get to have the THC or
I'm
CBD,
not recommending anybody does it.
No, definitely
it's
not.
like you could start like splicing them together.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, we'll take some of my weed and I'll put some hops.
Yeah. Well, that's it. All these people are botanists.
That's great. They're all over the place.
Yeah, just mixing the different strains.
My grandson wants to do this.
Like everybody's like an alchemist, like
exactly,
with herbals and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Before pharmaceuticals existed, that's what medicine was.
Yep. Chew on this leaf, rub that.
Just because something better, allegedly better, I wouldn't say all pharmaceuticals are better, but doesn't mean that like the stuff that people were using before didn't work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
why not use a natural way? That's not going to hurt your body.
I'm
it's going to actually respond or replace what you need or however it works to get you to to feel better.
And that's the whole.
One of the few things that like they still use is aspirin. That actually is from a plant. Aspirin's just from a plant. It's like. They just like extracted something from a plant and that's aspirin.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a plant. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, also there's what's the one for like it's heart medication? Digititis or something. I forget what it's called. I forget what that. There's a flower that has that too.
Really?
So, yeah. Wow. That they make a heart medicine from. Yeah. So I guess there is some stuff. Yeah, but it's weird, right?
Right. It is. Listen, man, it's a weird day. You know what I'm saying? And everything that day is going to be weird because what happened? Because I got high.
Because I got high. Yeah, that is too funny,
it's
man.
It's a weird day. Everybody is 420. It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Dude. And it's funny, now we'll, go the other way a little bit. Stories, So I remember one time I was with some friends and we were off the Belt Parkway and we were way up and there's an equestrian place over on the Belt Parkway. And a little bit past it is a little pull off. And we ended up driving down underneath the little drawbridge and sat in the sand. While we were standing there smoking the blunt, the cops come because we had our headlights aimed at oncoming traffic from down below. So the cops came and we're sitting there and just dropped the blunt into the sand.
Yeah.
So now it was like, oh no, we dropped. After we dealt with the cops and they didn't arrest us and nothing, like turn your car around, get out of there. You're not supposed to be this far down the ramp. Turn it around, whatever. Right. We lost the blunt in the sand because it was right on, like I said, underneath the bridge. The next day, we go back.
You found it.
And we found the blunt. No lie. Because it was like four of us, and one of my homegirls, she steps out. She's like, 1, 2. It was about here. She like counted before when she was walking back to the car. When we left the night before, that it was in this area, and she just like couple of swipes at the sand and poof. She just found the blunt right there.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm like, I love you right now.
That's awesome.
This is great. Yeah. See, that's a feel-good story. You know what I mean? Right there.
Feel-good story.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Hell yeah. Fuck Rudy. It's the Keny's feel-good story about finding the blunt.
Not to change the subject or the drug, but my friend Anthony found a tab of mescaline in the grass, in the mountain where we were camping.
Bro.
At night with a flashlight.
Now that's funny.
Okay, you know how tiny that is? No, serious, bro. You know how little that is?
No, I don't. I've never
little,
seen it.
And wait, fuck you up.
Never seen.
Are you sure it was?
Trust me, it was. Oh no, it was. We were amazed. We were like, "Are you kidding me?" No.
He could have been like a berry or something. Everybody was high as fuck, and he really wasn't mess.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell, man. Come on, Tom, you got one?
It was 4:20 that night too.
Oh, that's see, so there it is. Yeah, see, what you got, Tom? You gotta have a.
I got this story right now,
Go
man.
ahead.
We're doing a podcast while we all smoked white Durban,
Allegedly,
which is a very good sativa strain. If anybody wants to know,
that is funny. Yeah, that shit is hilarious. So
it makes you talk a lot and laugh.
I'm just saying, because I think, so apologies to anybody listening. Hopefully it's a decent show, because I feel like it's
not, well, too bad.
Yeah. One of those.
Just kidding.
No, don't do that. Stop it, Lewis. No. So now what's the difference with this one? What kind of strain is this?
It's a sativa.
This is a sativa.
So it's like sativas tend to be more of a head high.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And indicas are more of a body high. And then hybrids can be in between. But those
it could be stronger on one end or the other if there are hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
But
it could be more sativa, right?
Yeah. But I mean, they say that's not actually true, but whatever. They say it's based on terpenes, but most of the terpenes in sativa are the type that give you a head high, and most of the terpenes in indica are the type that give you a body high.
Right.
But, so typically. But yeah, anyway, but the point is like... so like,
no, I don't.
You don't know.
We really didn't smoke. I swear to God, we didn't smoke.
Yeah, no. That was great.
No, but that's sativa. So they're,
right.
It is a good strain though. It's a really good strain.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go to like a dispensary and you and someone goes,
I already got
that's a good
down.
strain. The person tells you that, they're like, this one, when I went to get it, the guy was like reading about, he's like, I'm going to buy one of these right now. That's what he said. He goes, this is a really good one. Because he was like reading up on because the guy that works there, like, there's some of them are really good. They're like, oh, this has this terpene in it, so they're like, oh, like
see, that's
like we said, the botanist, like,
right?
This will be good if you want to have it high that will increase your mood, or this is a good one if you're you need an appetite stimulant,
right?
So but he read it, he's like, oh look, he goes, oh, this is going to be a good one. He goes, oh, you're going to want to sit down and watch TV and binge watch, so yeah,
nice,
yeah, and that's
nice.
So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, you guys talk about this shit. I'm like,
there's a whole culture
what?
behind it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's nuts.
They keep opening dispensaries, and every time I'm there's always people there.
Yeah.
I never go in and it's empty ever.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been like, there's no one in the store. It's like, there was a smaller one a couple times, but most of the dispensaries, they're always people.
Yeah. I remember for during COVID,
that
there was a dispensary I drove by, and it was great. The way they set up the no contact, it was bananas. They were just practically hitting them with a slingshot into their car windows, while the line was like a Chick-fil-A line. It was insane during COVID. Like they needed their hit, they needed their fix.
Well, they were doing. I know a lot of some of the dispensaries. I know in Jersey they have the drive-through.
Yeah, man.
It's you don't order at the window, but like I think it's
ready.
It's online pickup. It's online pickup.
It's ready when you get there.
Yeah. See, that's awesome. That is awesome,
get
bro.
Your car to get your weed. It's great.
Why not? You do. They did it with alcohol for a long time. Why not with that?
Yeah.
It took it long enough. You know what I mean? And
that's the thing too.
It's much better than that, I think. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because like we had prohibition for alcohol for a certain amount of years, and then but like prohibition for like cannabis was like 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's still going on technically in certain states.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
So, absolutely. But so it's crazy, but it's so weird because like I heard in like certain states like. I think it was like Texas, if back in the day, like if you like if you get like caught with a joint in like the 70s or 60s, like they were so strict on it, like you'd go to like life in prison or some shit like that. It was like crazy. It was like they were like so strict on it. It was so wild. Now thinking like that, like because like you could just walk into a store and buy it,
Yeah.
But you know what was the funny thing? Because I remember you telling me, Lou, like the first time going to the dispensary, you feel like you're doing something
wrong.
So
I'm getting set up right now.
No,
This is not real.
This is not real. There was a warrant for my arrest, and they just lured me out here.
Look, it's like I fucking got the cops here already. Because some of them have cops. They paid cops to be at the door.
Oh my God!
They're already here to arrest me.
That is funny, bro. I think the first time I went to one was with you.
Yeah,
when we went to the one over there in
Jersey.
Yeah,
because I went there. I think
you
first.
first.
The one in the town I grew up in. It's in Rochelle Park. Yeah,
So it was right
Ascend.
there. That's freaking,
yeah.
And I was like, what? That was this was. I mean, dude, they had the kiosk set up, and
people
you
were
picked
super
the one.
nice.
Oh yeah, everybody was super
screen,
nice. It was brand new, bro. Like first day they opened.
They still are, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's awesome when you can go in and speak to somebody and they know what they're talking about. They can tell you and put you in the right direction, rather than because if they give you something that's gonna mess with you, without you knowing it, that's the part that sucks dog.
Well, listen, no, they're trying to. All they're telling you is this is what we got. What do you like? What do you prefer? Blah, blah, blah. You're kind of helping them really make the decision. So it's not like anything they can just come right out and.
But that's the thing, like we were just saying, like it made me think, like that's the great part about it being legal too, is like you're not getting something that might be laced with some weird shit.
Right.
Like, I remember hearing stories back in the day, like, we got to be careful it's laced if it has like a weird smell to it.
Yeah.
I was lucky when it came to that, I have to say.
That's kind of shit you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what you're getting? It's got like fucking, it says this much THC in it. It's got a fucking chemical breakdown and everything in it. So
it's
you know
like
exactly what
you're
you're getting.
the back of your cereal boxes, basically.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah, it's like nutrient facts on food.
Yeah, literally,
exactly.
Yada
Same
calories.
shit,
yeah.
It's freaking nuts.
It and you said it is. It's a good thing. It's cool. I know, taking away money from whatever other bullshit and whatever, but it's not bad. This is a good thing.
Yeah,
it was a really good thing. But I don't know if, like I said again, for me, I still get that little bit of fear. You know what I mean? Of smoking certain shit for certain things, man. I'm just like, I know I should try it, but I'm not going to do that one. I'm scared. I don't know what they all mean. Yeah, I got to do my homework, as anybody should, before they do anything.
That's a great part about some of these dispensaries. They got some people at work that are really knowledgeable. Like, like the place I go to, they get people there, like I said, they like know based on like what the because like I said, when you look at on the websites, they have the chemical breakdown of it. What terpenes are in there, what cannabinoids are in there. Mm-hmm. So these guys, they know what they're all good for. So like I said, that they'll just be like, oh, this is good if you are, if you need help with, depression, this is good for anxiety. And like, so they go through it with you. So that's like what it's good if you go to a place that has someone like that, like they'll help you with anything. If you tell them anything you want, what you need, if you need it for something to relax you, like those are,
Right. Yeah. And, that this is to everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
Do your homework, make sure you know before you go in and, buy whatever or whatever it is that you may be looking for, because there are so many different strains. Sometimes people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and it fucks you all up. The next thing you know, you're just sick, nothing crazy, but you just nauseous or
if
listen,
you're,
just
yeah,
be safe. That's it.
Yeah. I'm saying just be safe.
Yeah, just be safe.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're someone who's not like new to like cannabis, new to smoking weed or whatever, right? Like you can't just like be like, I'm gonna have the strongest one.
Yeah,
like
no.
Don't do that.
Don't be blazing.
Now you know what? Most people, like I said, now I always pictured like people like back in the day when everybody because it was like, oh, we're gonna go on vacation to Amsterdam because we're gonna go on a weed vacation. People used to do all the time now. Now people is like, I won't go to Amsterdam for windmills.
Yeah,
Fuck
no
this,
shit. No, that shit. Yeah.
But it's funny, but like I remember I always pictured like people wanting to go based on the THC level.
Yeah,
that's actually not the case. Most people don't go and say, "Give me the highest THC."
Yeah,
most people go because they want something that's going to relax them, something that's going to help with their anxiety, something that's going to make them happy, something that's going to make them laugh. Mm-hmm. People are looking for specific effects.
Yeah.
So, but like, but if you're like someone who's new to it, like you don't want, I would look at the THC percentages on them, and I would go to the lower ones, and I would just take it easy. Don't go hard. Because I remember when I was younger, the first person I ever smoked weed with, I told the story before, but I told her that I smoked weed, because I wanted to be cool.
But you really didn't, though.
I really didn't, though. I was trying to show off, and I like smoked pretty much half the joint, and like while ghosting it, which is when you hold it in until like when you exhale, you don't even see smoke.
Yep.
Like,
oh no, that's
I was doing that. I was literally stoned. I could not move. I sat on the bench with her for like 2 hours, like a statue. I was stoned. That is like the actual definition. So just don't be smart about it. Don't do it. Don't like. You
can't take back.
That's why I like the vape
Take
pens.
little steps.
That's why I prefer vape pens, because you can modulate it. You know what I mean? Because it's just there. You puff it and then you put it down.
Right.
That's where like if you smoke a joint, you got to smoke
the whole,
or you got to clip it, or if it's a roll,
it stinks to high.
Yeah. But like with a vape pen, you can learn what's your like level, so you don't get like too stoned. It's like drinking. You don't want to fucking take 20 shots of fucking whiskey,
Right, yeah.
Like, because you're fucking going to be, you're going to fucking have alcohol poisoning for that. But you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Like, you just want to know how you are. Maybe you're,
it's like
one
a
beer
wine
person.
Almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want, one beer gets you kind of the good buzz you like.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? But that's what
so
it's become.
1 or 2 puffs of your vape pen get you where you like,
But that's what it's coming to now.
Yeah.
To having the super experience, marijuana experience, think about it. You had the hookah shops, hookah bars.
Yeah.
It's going to be the weed bar like that. You know what I mean? That you're going to be able to get this kind. I'm sure they probably already exist, but you're going to be able to get this and have that literal looking at a menu and.
Well, that's what they do in Amsterdam.
Yeah. See, so it's the business is booming, man.
Well, I think people are happy with the way it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's funny when you go, you see different people from different
walks of life.
Yeah,
you see young people, older people,
and you're
like
yes, this is awesome now.
The Lamborghini rolls out the front. Somebody some super rich person steps out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I know that would be really cool. Yeah, celebrity.
I just bought weed with Johnny Depp. Bro.
Yeah. He like, trivia. that's how we say. Yeah.
This will be the last time you've got Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's what he would do. Yeah. That's exactly what he would do too, man. That's funny.
Why is cannabis gone?
Yeah. 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 No, it's, and I think that's kind of the cool part now too, because so many people now from different circles are smoking, and they're going to the dispensary. So now the stigma of, was just a dirtbag, bad guy,
No, but it goes to show you how many people really do smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
crazy.
People.
Yeah. It was the closet smokers. Well, then too, it's about the people that
or
didn't
people that
smoke.
or people that used to smoke back in the day,
and then
now
they couldn't.
legal, and they're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. And I mean, think about it, because you either had the job you couldn't smoke for. Everybody was, pee testing or whatever. So
Yeah.
there was that, that gap. So now that they can smoke again legally, hello, that's the good part.
I think anybody who used to smoke now that's legal are probably are smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I used to smoke back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, give it a shot and see what happens. Yeah.
That's basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah. But again, think of how much that'll be the next peace day. You know what I mean? Like, everybody just smoke together. Peace pipe.
Peace
you know
pipe.
what I mean?
There we go.
That's the peace pipe.
Yeah, that's it.
Good song, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It was a good song. Yeah.
Who's that?
Gonna have a powwow.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember who sings it. It was Disco.
Pass the peace pipe.
Pass the peace pipe. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
This guy. But like this might be I'm exaggerating a little bit as far as maybe everybody smoking together to, holding
John
a peace
McCracken.
pipe. There you go. John McCracken. There it is. But this will probably be what's gonna keep everything peace. People will be able to hang out and just be mellow, walking on the block, smoking a fatty.
It's happening already. It's already in effect.
Hitting the vape, that other good stuff.
The craziness is how many of the stores just keep opening up. That's the thing that it's like.
I didn't think it would be like that.
Like it's like, well, New York City was crazy. They it was like overnight,
right?
Like all these just weed places just started popping up.
Yeah,
some of them aren't even legal.
Yeah, that was the thing. Did you hear they closed a lot of them down? They had a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
because they figured they'd get on the freaking gravy train and just
Well, they would have made it, but the freaking the licensing and everything is so high. It's like $1 million just to do the like fill out the application and just say that you can get it. Like it's insane.
But the crazy part
it's
is
ridiculous.
So I'm in Jersey, right? I think in 2022 it became legal. I think it was 2022, April 21st, the day after 420. I don't know why they did it. That's how I remember it. It was the day after 420. I'm like, that's a missed opportunity. But anyway, so they did it the day after 420 for whatever reason.
I remember that.
I think probably because it was a Monday or something. So that's why they want to do it on a Sunday. But anyway, where's I going with that? So so it became No. So what was I talking about?
I have no clue.
We have no clue.
I have no clue.
You said,
that's part of my ADHD.
Yeah, you said. So the funny thing is, and then you lost it.
Man, I'm gone. Fucking gone. It'll come back to me. Don't worry.
Oh my
God.
That is too funny.
This is
man.
not good.
Yeah, but they probably did the.
No. That's what I was going to say.
No,
so it took a long time for the people to get licenses to open dispensaries.
Right.
So like you only had like all these dispensaries that were doing medical only, and then they opened them up because they have the space for recreational only. But it took like 2 years, and we're on the third year now. But it took after like the second year, they must have got the licenses all then because they just started opening up like crazy. There's like every town has a fucking dispensary now. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a liquor store.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what you think about it because the demand's there. So
and it's crazy because it's like a liquor store.
I don't like it that though. I don't want it to be so many. I would rather it be random.
Yeah. It's gonna be all over, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
They are. And it's gonna be one buying out the next, to make themselves bigger, or one is gonna be more of the
be more laid back.
Yeah. Well, again, look, they got places in the mall that sell the medicinal, right? I think it is, or whatever that they sell in the malls. They have an official marijuana spot in the mall.
Really?
And it's not just selling the paraphernalia, like they're selling herb. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which mall? Palisades?
No, Middletown. Middletown got it real.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, I didn't say exactly which one. But they're doing that. So I'm like, well, hello. Like, if it's going to be
it's legal
mall,
in New York. You can do that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's not legal. I'm saying
it is
that
legal.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying that they're just going to have all these quickie little pop shops, pop them up and come here and be over here. They got like the food trucks now that they have them. They have one in Times Square. There's one over here in Newburgh. So,
right.
They're going to be anywhere,
they're already doing that in Jersey. Don't you have that van and that truck?
Yeah,
that we
drove the van. They parked on the side of the road.
Side of the road that you could just stop right and just go.
Yeah.
Do they go to different places?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're usually parked at one spot, but some every now and then they're in a different spot.
Yes.
But they have the spots that they're usually at, but sometimes I'll see them somewhere different.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like the food trucks, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it looks like.
That is awesome. Yeah. Get this.
You know what's the weird thing though about weed though is like alcohol, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go to a bar and it'd be a social thing, but like with weed, there's no weed bar. And there wouldn't be. It would be weird. And then because and no smoking laws, you couldn't do vape pens either because I think they like consider vape like smoke. So it's like weird. You have to get like a special license.
Well, I'm sure. So I know that there is a special HVAC system.
That's the only thing that's missing from like weed culture that like drinking culture has is like a social place.
But that's what I'm saying. So now, so for what
outside.
you're talking about, no, it wouldn't because there's a special fan for people that smoke indoors when they were making smoking indoors illegal. And they had a special fan in a special area that then all the smoke would go out of the room. And that could be the same idea that they would do with the weed because
Yes.
But that's the only thing that's like missing from the weed culture that like drinking culture does have is like the drinking, the social aspect.
Yeah.
You can get with friends and smoke, pass a joint together, but like not like there's no like place that's like we're going to the weed bar, or
Yeah. So you know what?
hookah bar.
Let's open one up.
That's right. Let's go.
Let's go open one up.
Let's go up.
Yeah. You know what? I'm doing homework tomorrow. Find out see what's good.
But I know that's the thing though is you can't that. The law prevents that from happening because when you go to the dispensaries, there's signs that are saying, "Please, it's illegal." It's illegal in the state of New Jersey to consume on site in a dispensary.
So if we called it a restaurant, would it still be a dispensary?
But you can't sell it there. So,
so
is it BYOB? Bring your own bud?
No, because then you can't be responsible for everybody that brings their stuff. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because then it's just like you bring the weed to them and then we cook with it.
Right.
You bring your own bud.
Yeah.
Or you smoke it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
We're going to look this up then. That's going to be great. That is going to be
like a
great.
weed bar, like bring your own bud and eat the food and they can smoke weed in the place. I don't know.
Right.
But they do in New Jersey have a legal cigar bar still. There's one. It's right next to the Home Depot in Clifton, right
cigar
there.
Bar, God.
It's a legal cigar bar, but they have a license for it. They're allowed to sell.
Yeah, I think there's one in Middletown now too.
Yeah, you're allowed to smoke. Yeah,
somebody was telling me that they did, and then they had the
hard
one
license to get though.
Well, yeah, it is. It's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with that, gentlemen,
yes,
that is our time.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sit, man. Gotta talk like a stoner.
Totally.
It's 420. You gotta play the part a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Well, I hope it was.
In this episode, was I exaggerating or was I being?
Yo, please.
No, you were on point. You were good. You were good this time, bro. That was a good strength for you,
great.
bro.
That was good.
That was good. How you feeling, Lou? You okay?
Yo, fantastic.
Okay. He just like stared off into nothing for a sec.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, thank you all for listening.
Yes.
Happy 420.
Yes, please
be safe out there.
Us on social media.
Yep. Be safe out there. So love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And stay stoned.
Holla.